Okay, I think that should be bright enough. Hello everybody, welcome back to another Film Therapy. Now today I'm going to do the movie I said I was going to do last time in my Talking To You video, Dr. Sleep. Which, if you didn't realize, is the sequel to the critically acclaimed best scary movie of all time, The Shining. Now, of course, quick review, I actually like this movie a bit more than The Shining because it sort of explored The Shining in a way that I never thought anything would have. Especially not a Stephen King work. Then again, at this point, I've read enough Stephen King books to realize the man is kind of insane. I mean, Pennywise's greatest enemy is a turtle that the universe is writing a turtle. Anyway, I guess I'll cover it at some point, but today I'm going to give a therapy session to the main character, Danny Torrance, who is now Ewan McGregor's age, which I don't know how old he is. I don't remember. Let me take these off. Yeah, lighting's fine. So, Danny Torrance. So, a few years after his mom and him were traced down by his insane dad, they moved to Florida, away from all forms of snow, because snow reminded them of him. And for a long time, Danny refused to say anything, and refused to use his powers. And this got so bad that the spirit of... I forgot his name. I should have wrote that one down. The spirit of the chef that helped him out in the first movie comes back to tell him, hey, you need to use your powers and to trap all the evil spirits. Because in this movie, it's revealed that the hotel was a character all unto itself. And it sucked the shine out of people, apparently. It's a weird movie. It's really weird. But his issues were that... Hold on, I got notes. He was traumatized by his father. By his father's actions and the way his father treated him. Like, even before the axe thing, he still beat his son, got drunk a lot, and almost never really... He hated his son, like, straight up from The Shining. Jack Torrance hated his family. And that affected Danny very harshly. Obviously. And so much so that he becomes an alcoholic later down his life. Which helps him to repress the shine, but also to repress the demons that he's literally repressing into boxes. Because apparently in the movie you can, like, hide evil spirits in these little boxes in your mind. It's some crazy stuff. And he's been down this bad path for years, always trying to hide his shine through liquor, drugs, and all this stuff. It gets so bad that he actually winds up not killing a woman, but leaving a woman to die with her young child, who also dies. It's at that point where he starts to kind of break down a little bit and realize he needs to change something. So he moves somewhere completely different. Now, also, halfway through the movie, he's forced to be the mentor to this young girl who's new to the shine. And that also messes with him, because now he has to take on the role of being a father. Well, not a father, a mentor of some kind. Okay. Now, it's time for him to get some help. Now, how would I help Danny Torrance, one of the most infamous kids in all of cinema? Give me a second. Water, not vodka. Wish it was. It'd be much easier. Okay, so the thing about Dr. Sleep Hold on, give me a second. Okay, oh, there. Ah, crap. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I needed to help my dad out with something. So, one of the good things about Dr. Sleep, in my opinion, is how Danny already kind of gets the help he needs in order to become a better person. It's very rare that in some of these movies, these characters actually do get the help, or at least try to get the help. The biggest thing about that is Danny does a lot of this stuff on his own. He doesn't... Like, he's not forced into anything, which I like in a character. He understands he's doing something wrong, so he goes to fix it. One of the first suggestions I gave when I saw his character in the movie theater was that he go to AA, which he does, and actually goes there for 8 years. And you can see his physical transformation. I mean, granted, it's in a jump cut, but still, that's fine. Like, I know what happens at an AA meeting. You discuss your issues and you get better from them. He also, like I said, talks to like-minded people, which is what you do at an AA meeting. Everyone he talks to is a former alcoholic, from his best friend in the movie to his boss at the hospice that he works at, where he gets the name Dr. Sleep because he helps people into the afterlife. He helps them sleep, hence the name of the book. Another thing, which, again, he does, confront his issues head on. So many people, when they're dealing with trauma, will try to hide it, try to disguise it, try to walk away from it, but that's not that easy to do. Whereas if you confront your issues, yes, it's going to be the most difficult thing you have to do, but it's the best way to get over something. Especially if you can't afford to get the help, you need to confront these issues head on, which he literally does face his inner demons towards the end of the movie. It doesn't really work out too well for him. Another thing he has to do is let out his demons, which is what I was just talking about. He does let his demons out, granted as a way to defeat the villain of the movie. I don't know how to help that one. I don't know how to help the villain of this movie. But he does physically let out his demons, and granted that does lead to his demise. But, like, it's... Even though it does lead to his demise, he never dies sad. He never dies with regret. He dies happy, knowing that he made a difference, knowing that he saved that little girl's life, and they saved countless other people with the shine. Now, the last thing I would suggest for him, which is something they didn't do in the movie, which I understand why they didn't, because they didn't want to bring it up too much. They didn't want this to be too Shining-esque, except for the final act of the movie. But I want to let him know that he isn't his father. The biggest thing that most alcoholics, most people dealing with trauma face, especially if they've had trauma inflicted onto them, is that they feel they are the inflictor. They feel they are their abusive father, their abusive mother, their abusive uncle. It doesn't matter. You're not them. You're you. You will always be you. Sometimes that's for the good, sometimes it's for the bad. But a lot of the time, it's better to know that you are not the alcoholic father who raised you. You're never going to be just like him. Because you were willing to get the help you needed. Which is exactly what Dan Torrance does. He goes out, he gets sober, he gets a job, he becomes the title character, Dr. Sleep. He helps people in so many ways throughout this movie. It's just a shame what happened to him. It's a shame he couldn't live on knowing that he became a better person than his father ever could. Knowing that that little girl is going to grow up stronger than before, thanks to him. But it's sort of like it's said in the ending of the movie. Even when we die, we never truly leave. We still live on, and he will always live on. He will always protect that girl from afar. And that's what every spirit does. That's what everybody who ever loved you in your life does. They will always be right here. But anyway, so that was my therapy session for Dr. Sleep. If you have a movie or a show you'd like me to suggest me do a film therapy on, please leave it in the comments below. I think Star Wars might be a bit far away, but I'd like to do that one. So I might do something like Knives Out, because that one I've really been kind of interested in. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next therapy session, and I hope you have a good day, a good night, and a good rest of the week. Now do me a favor. Shine on.